Riviera Beach, Singer Island, and just show the state and the country who we are and not what they hear in the news. Amen. That would be a proud day. So I'd like to introduce none other than Mayor-elect Billie Brooks.
Start off first by introducing you all to my family. My husband. Henry Salter. I have 2 children. I have a daughter. She lives in Tampa, and she has 2 daughters. My son, Bobby, would you please stand? I'm really, really proud of my son, and I hope I don't embarrass him.
Bobby.
He's a principal now at Westwood Elementary. Before that, he was assistant principal at Mary Bethune Elementary, and I tell you, before that, he was called in to help with the situation at JFK. He's really brilliant in math. I'm bragging. Yeah. I want to brag. So much so that and Jen, the superintendent Jen was telling me he's always just admired Bobby, and he told me that the Commission of Education had boasted about the model that he had in math, that it was just the top and the best that they'd seen in the state of Florida. So I'm just so pleased with him. And he's serving in the city of Riviera Beach as well. He is the chair of the fire pension board. So you see, we're a family who just believe in just reaching out, doing something, and serving our family. Would you like to say anything?
No, yes.
And then you can introduce the children.
Okay, for my father and my mother, they've always instilled in us a desire to serve. My dad served in politics, my mom served in social care, social work before, just serving people within her church. I also have a desire to serve. I do a lot of service within the church and also in education. And something we also want to give out to our children as well. So my mom said she's going to run for mayor. I was excited because I think she'll bring the type of image to our city, the type of care. Not only does she have the care and concern from the social aspect, but she has also the business sense also as well. So that's our business. And so here are my girls with their gadgets. Those gadgets, stay down for a second, not be embarrassed, and stand up. And this is my oldest daughter, Kaylana, and she's a 3rd grade at Northborough Elementary. And I also have my kindergartner here. This is Billie Brooks, and she's a kindergartner at Northborough Elementary. And we're just very proud of them.
I also want to introduce my brother-in-laws from when that was the Brooks part, George Powell and Mrs. Powell. Now that you've met that part of my family, I want you to meet my extended family. I want you to meet my best friend in the whole wide world. Come on up, Vaughn. And her sister, Sarah Hudson. So we can call her
potato pie maker.
Potato pie maker. And for those of you who will be able to stay a little while after I finish my little 2-minute speech here, her daughter, Michaela, phenomenal singer. Phenomenal. She has won so many contests, and I was at an affair on Saturday, and she got the scholarship for a rising star. I mean, even the parents of children who were in the contest were standing up clapping for her. She's just that good. So if you can stay long enough, you get a chance to really be treated with a very special voice. I do want you to. We like to showcase our talent. Yeah, we've got to do that for our young people.
I want to quickly say, please, everybody, work diligently, work very hard, get people out to vote for Billie as mayor. Because I don't think that there's anybody in the city that you could find that's going to do a better job. You know, She's dedicated to her city. She's a Christian woman. She's loving. She's kind. She's so gentle of heart.
Ms. Brooks, we have a few questions for you that we'd like to ask, if you don't mind. Please forgive us for the interruption anyway. What is your position on the gun violence issues that are plaguing all of us across the nation at this time?
Well, like everyone else, we're truly horrified, but my position though with the guns is that guns don't kill people. People take guns to kill people, and we really need to be concerned about these individuals who have these mental health issues. Now, I'm not in favor of these assault weapons. I think that, you know, why do you need an assault weapon in your home? Because when we look at what is happening in our communities with these assault weapons, it has become an epidemic not only in Revere Beach, but throughout the nation. So we've got to see now what Congress is going to do, if at all, to try to come up with some kind of solution for this. But we really got to look at the mental health of persons that are behind all of these shootings. Now, I also want to go into, as we're talking about guns, in Revere Beach, I should say maybe in Palm Beach County, we have got 4,000 members of gangs. I was shocked to learn that there are over 200. As the mayor, what I desire to do is to see if we can get some of the funding that comes in through Juvenile Justice Department, or the Department of Justice. They have given to Baltimore $2.5 million for a program that works to eradicate gangs. It is called Safe Streets. I visited Baltimore in October to learn about that program because they have had a tremendous success in reducing gang activity. These gangs purchase assault weapons. So we've got to get involved with what we can do as a community, the churches, the mayors, all of the elected officials. We have got to be very proactive in coming together to see how we can, as a community, get rid of gang activities. People don't feel safe. Public safety is #1. And as the mayor, I will ensure that we will try to find funding that's available to bring programs in that will not get rid of gangs, but if we can eliminate gangs. This particular program in Baltimore, they are very successful. Their gangs are working with each other, going to recreational activities, going to camps. They have found a positive way to use their energy. Instead of them fighting each other, now they are working together with each other and doing things that are more competitive, but in a nice way, in a productive way. So, if that answer, give you a little bit of an answer.
Okay, and I guess the economy or jobs, what is your strategy? What are your priorities as you get closer to becoming the new mayor?
Building partnerships. Look at the success that we're having on the marina side, and it's because of private-public partnerships. And we need to do this also because once you get the partners in, it's going to create job opportunities. You know, the city doesn't create jobs, but we provide that kind of involvement where we would get people interested to come into our city, partner with our city, and then the jobs will be created. I don't know if you saw the plan for the marina now. A phenomenal plan. We're looking at creating over 1,000 jobs just from the marina area. We want to do the same thing in our city as well. But we've got to come up to show that we're providing safe environment, safe neighborhoods for our people. We want to look at the education part of it. We want to market our city to show that we have one of the best high schools in the nation. We've got the best medical complex in the nation. We've got the VA hospital there. You have Kindred Hospital. And so we have so much to offer. We have to really sell our city. We've got to be the voice of influence in Washington, in Tallahassee, to tell our story, who we are, what we're doing. And then people will get excited about it. We'll change our image. Right now, our mayor He's a deal killer. We had an opportunity to earn to get revenues to the tune of $600,000 with the Rybovich project, building yachts, providing jobs for people. He killed the deal. We can't afford it anymore. I knew that I did not want to serve on that commission if I had to look at masters another 3 years. I just couldn't do it. I said I'd rather stay home and be Dallas wife. But because I know what we can do in our city. When you drive down Blue Heron Boulevard and you see City Hall, now perhaps you don't know, but for 12 years, I was the first lady of the city.
Amen.
My husband and I partnered. We stayed in Washington. The young man who just said amen, Malachi knows, groomed and taught my husband how you walk the halls of Congress, how you get in the door, and you tell your story. Malachi can confirm that we were the only city, I believe, in the United States that received that $4 million grant.
That's correct.
Okay. We can do the same thing.
And the only African-American mayor, you were the partner by his side to sit at a presidential dinner in the White House.
Oh yes, make it to the White House, with the Ford administration. So the point is, you know, we've just got to partner, we've got to tell our story. We've got to invite people from Washington here to see what we're doing. The image is changing some. But when people look at Thomas Masters, to me, he's raping the city, and I mean that. He's not a homeowner. He doesn't invest at all in any way. The truth be known, he's spending money. He's on a vacation. Just the other day, I happened by accident to find his credit card that showed he'd done a trip to China at a cost of $4,400 that you, the taxpayers, paid for. And what did he bring back from China? Communist country, one that we're having problems with. He didn't bring back anything. I think a proclamation that we're now a sister city with this city in China cost you all $4,400 for him to do that. Did you know that you have financed the funeral celebration for his mother? Yes, you did. He used the police to pick up his family from the airport to escort them. He used the city's facilities. And you see, all of these things are happening, and I see it. And I said, I just can't take it anymore. So I know I've got to make a change. We've got to change the image of the mayor. The mayor must have the voice of influence. You know, I can sell my city. I know what's going on. It comes from the heart.
Amen.
It comes from the heart. And when you sit in front of a senator or anyone, and you tell your story, they listen. Someone was telling me they had a hard time getting in Rubio's office. I didn't have a hard time. I had a hard time leaving. Oh, they said, oh, we're just staying. You know, we talked about the city, and I wanted them to know what was going on with the new tax credits. I said, I don't really understand it, but I want you to talk to the CRA director. Got on the phone, we talked to the CRA director. We were having a problem with the FEC sitting to the table, giving us the cost for the dual rail system. They wouldn't tell us what it was going to be. So I called Mayor and said, tell Rubio, legislatively, what's going on? And we got a letter and everything. He can confirm everything's okay now. You've got to tell the story. And this is what I want to do, tell our story. We're going to make it. You're going to be proud of me as your mayor.